Ants, we usually ignore them, brush them away as harmless, but are a real nuisance, especially when they get into the kitchen looking for food. There are over 9,000 ant species worldwide, with most playing an important role in the environment. They are important for insect control, recycling materials and soil turnover. Ants are an excellent hitchhiker, hitching rides on transported air and sea containers, including personal effects. But as with many other organisms, once they are introduced to new environments, their impacts can be far-reaching, affecting island ecosystems and livelihoods of people. The yellow crazy ant is an example of an introduced species with devastating impacts. Its accidental introduction to Christmas Island off the coast of northwestern Australia has been a disaster to the ecology of the island. Super high densities of ants have developed, covering many hectares and working as one huge colony. Yellow crazy ants protect pests called scale insects, in return for a sugary substance they eat for food. This relationship allows scale populations to build up, eventually affecting plants, many of which are either crops of use to us, but it also allows huge ant population to grow. These huge ant populations kill many land crabs by squirting poison into their mouthparts. They block the path of land crabs, making their way to breed in the sea, and thus killing thousands of them. Land crabs play a role in the ecology of Christmas Island, and a reduction in their numbers has had a negative impact on the forest. Yellow crazy ants are known to have reduced invertebrate and reptile populations and reduced bird nesting success. The red imported fire ant, or reefer, is another more extreme example of an unwanted ant introduction. Since their arrival in the US from their native South America, they have invaded and spread thousands of kilometers. They are aggressive, have the ability to sting many times, and are known to have attacked those living in nursing homes. They are often attracted to electromagnetic fields, so can be found nesting in amongst electrical infrastructure with potential for electrical shorts and fires. They've been recorded preying on nestling turtles, birds, invertebrates, affect over 20 food crops, and affect livestock by stinging mucous membranes of young and old livestock. They also build large mounds of soil, which can damage crop harvesting equipment. They upset social lifestyles. Children won't go outside due to the threat of being stung. Barbecues, golf, and other sporting activities can be affected. Tourists won't stay at a resort that is infested with ants that sting and bite. Reefer thrives in disturbed habitats, and its invasion success is strongly linked to human disturbance of the environment. Be it bush clearing, farming, or human settlements, it costs the affected United States approximately $6 billion a year in treatment costs. Increasing trade and globalization is contributing to its rapid spread. It has so far known to have invaded the United States of America, China, Taiwan, Hong Kong, the Philippines, Australia, and New Zealand. Eradication of reefer is very difficult and costly. It takes just one single queen and some workers to be left behind for reinvasion to occur. Every last nest needs to be found and every last queen killed. A new queen can leave the nest and fly several kilometers to set up her own nest, making it difficult and expensive to locate the last nest. Australia has already spent over 200 million Australian dollars in an eradication campaign in Brisbane, and success is by no means guaranteed. New Zealand is facing its third incursion, and eradication costs are already in the millions. In addition, there are international trade implications if populations are not properly controlled. It is therefore a high priority for the Pacific Islands to slow or stop the spread of reefer, especially with limited funding to control the ants. Reefer is not known to be present in the Pacific Islands, despite it being the ideal environment for maximum breeding. Current surveillance in high-risk ports in the region have so far not allocated any new invasion fronts, but it is only a matter of time. An invasion by these ants would have a significant impact on the lives of the Pacific Islands, where subsistence agriculture is the mainstay of our rural economies. We are the people most likely to face hardship from the presence of these ants. Preventing reefers' arrival and establishment is the only hope of protecting our Pacific Islands and our way of life. The Pacific Ant Prevention Program is a regional initiative designed to manage the risk of invasive ants at all stages of biosecurity, from pre-border, border to post-border. It covers wide-ranging activities like the development of phytosanitary standards for high-risk commodities and specific training for quarantine staff and surveillance activities. It was developed by technical and policy expertise and facilitated by IUCN's Invasive Species Specialists Group. The Secretariat of the Pacific Community has been given the mandate by the Pacific Community to implement the program, which would result in improvements in the biosecurity systems of the Pacific Islands and increasing protection from red imported fire ant entry and establishment. It would also include specialist training for quarantine staff and the development and dissemination of public awareness material. It is a holistic, collaborative and regional approach to biosecurity and has the support from Biosecurity Australia, New Zealand, USDA and the 22 SPC countries and other regional agencies such as the Secretariat of the Pacific Regional Environmental Program. Support for program implementation is required from major trading partners to prevent reefer and other high-impact ants taking a hold in the region and causing irreparable damage to the social, economic and ecological landscape of the Pacific Islands. We need to protect our lifestyles, our economies and our environment in the Pacific. Let's prevent the entry of reefer and other high-impact ant species and support the Pacific Ant Prevention Program to achieve these.